So another thing that's important, I want to see if you have any insight on this tweet that I've seen floating around a lot. So there's this post from Chris Tyson. I believe it's Chris Tyson's private account. This is screenshotted a while ago. People have been passing this around a lot, but I'll send you a link to this image so you can see it too. But it reads, I've been taking a break because I'm currently cutting out people who think acceptance is solely allowing me to exist around them, and that because they allow me to be in their presence means I should be okay with misgendering and dead naming. Emotionally, I'm exhausted. They've had 2 years and I've smiled and said nothing because I felt like that was what I deserved. No one deserves that, but legal stuff might take place. So I'm going to be AFK from social media for a while. Love you all. Do you know anything about this? Because, I mean, Chris Tyson's essentially alluding to seemingly legal action against people within MrBeast's company for this kind of thing. Do you have any insight on this at all?
Yeah, I think I alluded to this in like the first Twitter video that I posted. I mean, I just heard through the grapevine that, yeah, she was like pissed at the company and wanting to, whatever it's called, like discrimination or something for like people being transphobic.
Sure. Um, do you have any reason to believe that maybe? Now, one thing from that recent video you had was you had that document, that internal, document that you're alleging is basically something that MrBeast would shop around to people, the no means no thing, or no doesn't mean no thing, right? Do you have any like verification for that? Because from my perspective, all I can see is like it's a document you have, and I don't know if that's a real picture. Did you receive that document? Did you know other people receive the document? Have you gotten corroboration? Like just any kind of verification anyone can get to like show that that is real and not just some Google Doc that somebody pulled out of their ass,
Yeah, I mean, I could probably privately send you verification. I mean, I'm sure like the whole document's going to get leaked. I received it from someone
If you
and
don't want to publish it, then just don't send it to me privately because I don't want to, if I can't publish it, I don't want it. But
yeah,
okay, so you're saying 1,000%, it's real. This is from the company.
yeah, 1,000%.
Okay. Now beyond that, I think another big question that a lot of people are going to be asking is like, can we assume everything that is in these videos is like credible and has been like reviewed by lawyers and everyone involved is willing to like take a stand in court if this goes to court? Like, can we assume that? Because there's a lot of stuff being claimed here, and this stuff might rise to the level of going to some kind of court if this happens. Is everybody willing to testify? Are these anonymous people willing to testify?
I mean, probably not. They want to be anonymous, but my first video was reviewed by lawyers, and then I know Jake Weddle, he had spoken with NDA lawyers. So,
Was your second video reviewed by lawyers?
yeah,
Okay. And they gave you the go ahead. They said this is fine to publish.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, how do you feel about the public response to this stuff so far? I know a lot of people people have accused like Ludwig, who was in chat earlier, of like running defense for MrBeast or not believing the allegations enough. I know yesterday on Cam Nugget stream, you're like, well, he's your friend, he's his friend, so he's going to defend him. Do you not place any culpability on people like that to like, regardless of friendship, interpret allegations impartially and like call out bullshit where it happens? Like, I feel like you have to have some thoughts on like the public response to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he should make an attempt to be unbiased and just, but I mean, I don't really care. Or,
You don't
it's
have
not a
any
big deal
intent of
if
like criticizing those people?
no, not really.
What's like the general culture from your perspective of like the MrBeast staff outside of executives, as in like, how does the average employee feel about the company? Because you've spoken to some of them, but were people there like disconcerted with how the company was going or the work culture? Or is there like a lot of stuff that everyone was facing that should be talked about publicly?
I mean, a lot of people are on short-term, like 90-day contracts. They're kept in the dark. The long-term higher ups are probably mostly evil, and then like the lower level people are probably mostly like victims almost.
Right. Okay. Um. Interesting. Interesting. Do I feel like in my mind, the biggest thing from that video you dropped, which I think a lot is the thing everybody's talking about, so I think we're all kind of in agreement as far as the sociopath video, is the Delaware thing, right? Is this Delaware thing? Have you gotten more people after this video coming to you behind the scenes and being like, Jimmy definitely knew? Because we know Jake the Viking, he described a very specific instance where supposedly it was explained to Mr. Beast what this guy did and what the charge was, and he was okay with him working there anyway. So, like, have you gotten any other confirmation that you're going to publish, or just confirmation you won't publish, I guess, that, like, maybe explains, like, how much did Mr. Beast know? Because from my perspective, I mean, obviously the title of your video is Beast is a sociopath. Let's say he is, right? If I'm in a sociopath's shoes and I know that this guy is on the team who has this kind of liability and you're running a brand like this, it seems so stupid to, like, even be aware that he was charged with a crime and keep him around at all. So, like, from my perspective, it's like there's going to be a high burden of proof to prove that Jimmy 1000% knew about this dude. What level of culpability have you heard behind the scenes as far as, like, what James, quote, Satan Beast knew?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't reached out to people asking specifically, but just like searching my Twitter messages right now for the term Delaware, there's two very credible sources who have been close to Jimmy who are acknowledging that he did in fact know.
Okay.
But obviously they both want to be off the record, so I'm not going to say details.
Right. But two credible sources from you, plus Jake the Viking, plus this other guy hearing rumors that Jimmy knew. Do you have a personal opinion on if Jimmy knew or not, or are you just not going to weigh in on that?
Yeah, I mean, these people are giving me more details than I can say, so it's like with specific events happening and stuff. So yeah, I definitely think Jimmy knew.
Okay. I guess it's hard to say what's going to happen. What do you think should happen if he knew that he hired a sex offender? I feel like he shouldn't, like, ever be trusted about anything ever again if that's the case.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't think there's any excuse for that.
yeah, I mean that in addition to what might get revealed in part 3 is like, yeah, I agree. I don't know.
Okay.
It's tough.
So are you, obviously you have personal opinions, are you hoping to remain relatively impartial and just, like, report what you get about the situation?
Yeah, I mean, I'm part 3 will definitely be completely impartial.
If someone involved on the inside has something to say about it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And as far as what Jake Weddle went into, did he provide you any more proof or verification about what went on with this, like, psychological torment thing? Or is everything in the video?
I've been in contact with like an editor who worked on it, but they want to remain anonymous. So
Okay. What do you think about a lot of people have said things like this. I disagree with it. I'm curious your take. People have said, well, he could leave at any time. He can just leave. Obviously in the video we talked a little bit about the pressure he might be facing from, social pressure, or like pressure to keep his job, or, move higher up in the company if he doesn't do these challenges. How do you feel about that sort of criticism being made of him, like he can leave at any time?
I mean, I get why people say that. It's just, yeah, it would be, if you were in that situation, it would be very difficult to leave, because it's like he might literally be in a position where his friends lose their jobs if he leaves, because it's a expensive video for the company and they don't want that money to go to waste.
Right. Have you gotten any of that footage? Do you know if that footage still exists somewhere on some hard drive?
Yeah, I mean, I know Jake was trying to get it. I think like as of a month ago, it was confirmed to exist, but we can't get it.
How would you feel if the footage comes out and, let's say hypothetically, Jake Weddle was full of shit? How would you feel about that?
I'm gonna feel terrible, obviously.
Yeah,
That'd suck.
I guess that's probably unlikely, but you never know. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's the majority of the questions I had. I know I'm being somewhat oppositional, playing devil's advocate, but that's kind of what I feel like my role should be here, because I don't want to just glaze you. Is there anything you want to clear up from common criticisms you've seen or stuff people have talked about that you want to, I don't know, just like give some kind of take on for the audience?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'm just a Jake Weddle defender. I know some people are critical of him because of his personality, and I know he has that very performative personality, and people were saying he was reading off a script, which I was there. He definitely was not, which I don't care if he was, but yeah.
Do you feel like you could have cut out parts of the interview that weren't really relevant, like him spending 50K on his stand up? Like, I feel like some of that stuff is like, I get it's part of the interview and it's part of his story, but I don't know, some of it, like the Rubik's Cube thing or like the marathon thing, like that was really important, I think. The psychological experiment or whatever, the solitary confinement, that's really important, but I feel like some of this stuff could have not been there. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that's fair criticism.
Yeah. Would you have
You
redone the
wanna you
video
wanna
or no?
review you wanna review my next one and then tell me what to cut out?
I mean, I'll take a look. Yeah. Don't trust my word just inherently, but yeah, I'll weigh in. Sure.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know you're an iDubbbz fan. I can tell that from the videos. What's your plan after this? Do you have any plan? Were you ever planning to be a YouTuber? Are you planning to keep posting after this, or are you just kind of get in, fuck up MrBeast's whole life, and then leave kind of situation?
Um, yeah, I mean, I think that would be cool to just make the accounts go dark after this, but I don't know. I won't commit to anything. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's the majority of the questions I had, but yeah, thank you for coming on.
Wait. Let me clarify, man, because chat's cooking me, dude. I liked iDubbbz when he was cool. Okay, old iDubbbz.
Yeah, we know the items you're talking about. Okay, we know the items you're talking about. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I definitely agree with that take. You
Yeah.
know, no one likes the new iDubbbz, the gay iDubbbz. We don't like that iDubbbz,
Yeah.
metaphorically speaking. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. Good luck, buddy. I hope things work out for you. I feel like personally, my personal opinion is a lot of the stuff you're saying is, and these people saying is probably true, but from the public perspective, you got to have verification for a lot of shit. So, um, good fucking luck. I hope it works out. You're challenging like the greatest institutional power that YouTube has ever seen in terms of YouTubers. So yeah, man, good fucking luck.
All right, thanks, man. Have a nice rest of your stream.
You too.
Bye.
Take it easy.